Okay, good afternoon to everybody. My name is Mitsuo Uematsu, just retired from the University of Tokyo. And, well, thank you, but still, that's, I'm sure you're really enjoyed your lunch with enough time. And now you're fighting, from this, your sleepiness. Yes. Okay, today, I would like to talk about the future Earth and especially related to the ocean science at this occasion. Oops. Okay, resilience versus resistance. Ocean contained 96% of the living space on Earth. Ocean held 80% of Earth's living organisms. Covered 71% of the Earth. Everybody know about this. And almost half of the oxygen we breathe is produced by the ocean plants. Fish provide 4.2 billion people with at least 15% of their animal protein. 90% of the world trade is carried across the ocean. Hold an estimated 80% of the Earth's mineral resources. Now, everybody talking about SDG goals, and there are 17, and their motto is leave no one behind. Of course, in this room, people are interested in life below water, SDG 14. This is to give you some ideas. Among 17, where is the SDG 14 located? There is the three phases. One is the biosphere, society, economy. As you can see, clear water and sanitation, climate action, and life below water, and life on land. This is a very basic goal. Definitely based on this, other societies or economic goals are just survive. But if you look at the indicated priorities, as you can see, clean waters and sanitation and life on land, people get very easy to recognize their changes, very direct. But SDG 14, below the water, you cannot see well. And mitigation, very indirect, and mitigation of negative impact. So this is the kind of the problem, or not problem. This is the important, just issues. However, this graph showing the most important SDG for society to focus on it to achieve the most progress. Can you see that? Where is the SDG 14? SDG 14 is below the average. Life below water is the bottom. Can you believe that or not? Thing is, this is a number of percentage of experts, but they never evaluate quality of the expert included in this room. So, upcoming decade of the ocean, unprecedented public and policy attention on the Earth, already SDG 14, and IPCC having the special report on ocean and cryosphere, and the UN Decade of Ocean Science. So ocean ecosystem need concerted knowledge generations and provision. Ocean goods and services are important for people's well-being. Food, oxygen, carbon storage, biodiversity, recreation, tourism, and transport, and so on. The ocean is under multi-stressed and threat: warming, sea level rise, acidification, fertilization, plastics, toxics. So ocean needs knowledge-based solution, protection, restoration, recovery, adaptations, and governance, and etc. So knowledge action network is the kind of the important things for that. And this one is supported futures, SCORE, IOC, WCRPs. And I'm sure in this room, most of people knows about those activities and programs, but future Earth may be unfamiliar with you. Future Earth, research for global sustainability. And this is not only research communities, working together the policy communities, a science founder, important place, and business and wider society, develop a common vision and integrate available knowledge and implement action together. Learn from experience and feedback it again. So futures just want to say, we have to move on from science for science to science for society. This is the important concept for the future Earth. Yeah, what is the history of the future Earth? And IGBP, some of them know about this core project, and DIVA-STAS, and IHDPs, and ESSPs, and transition teams, and spend 1 year, and finally, Future Earth are established and fully operational since 2015. And the future structure is just like this. Governing Council, and there is 5 global hubs: Colorado, Montreal, Paris, Stockholm, Tokyo. And there is another regional office and centers, just like this, and national entities and activities of global research projects, knowledge action networks, and national activity, etc. Okay, this is the kind of the, give you an idea about what is the governing council from. And Belmont Forum, UNEP, and United Nations, and United Nations universities, yeah, of course, UNESCO is the center, and International Science Council, which is merged in the last year, and just kind of the merged with the natural scientists and the social scientists. This is exactly the futures are heading. And there is the 9 knowledge action networks. But this year, the Future Earth decided to support 7 CANs, of course, included the Ocean CAN. And other 2 is still time to set up. So we are fortunate. Where Ocean CANs are still working on that. And what is the Ocean CAN? Well, that's very simple. The Ocean CAN is a network of networks. Its mission is to bring disciplines and draw experts together to seek action-focused solutions of challenges that require a multi-sectoral approach, international cooperation, and transdisciplinary research. So the Ocean CAN will diversify governance and management processes and support transformative action, facilitate transdisciplinary research, and maximize impact of existing research through the promoting and building capacity in the best practice knowledge transfer and mobilization methodologies. A network consists just like this, where at the present time, ocean development teams in the center, and several people consist executive group, and the community included the GRPs, Global Research Project. And we established several working groups, included coastal risk, knowledge mobilization, learning networks, and mapping exercise, and ocean governance, etc. And of which we are getting just support and advice by the sponsors, WCRP, SCORE, Futures, the IOC. And this one is showing there is a global research project under Future Earth. There is 20 GRPs. And if you looking at so many things, there is some ocean-related GRPs. And ocean can tightly related or just collaborate with those 4 GRPs. One is the integrated marine biosphere research, and the Future Earth Coast, and past global changes pages, and the surface ocean and the lower atmosphere studies. Yeah, let me talk about the regional activities. The Future Earth have the regional center for Future Earth for Asia in Kyoto. And there is the Future Earth national committees in China, Taipei, Korea, and India, Australia, Japan, Mongolia, and Philippines. And they covered all features, not only the ocean. But a regional office for Asia and the Pacific, International Science Council, supporting a kind of a regional activities. Well, that is a SIMC, Sustainability Initiative in the marginal seas of South and East. That is a regional research project strongly supported by the regional office of Asia and the Pacific, and which office is located in the Philippines right now. And they are also preparing the already submit a proposal for Belmont Forum CRA, I believe. And development team members is about 20 members, and from the 16 countries on the 6th continent. And here are the members and the supporters which we met last year in September. Yeah, at the edge, yes, everybody just face is a little wider. This is my iPhone is no good qualities. And the roadmap and the strategic framework, development team would aim for November or December 2019 to launch the Ocean Can, and at this point, would have made a following achievement: active on the open network, actively engage with the decade, and engage with the SDGs and update, and working groups are supported. And the developed a strategy framework just like this, and achieved a balanced representative of other sectors, including NGOs, activists, and private, and the regions. And the landscape map, we have to make this. So, for sustainable future oceans of our unique aqua planet, from facilitating the exchange of oceanographic data and information for IODE. Thank you.